The newest kids smartwatch is the TCL Movetime MT42X. I really like this one, and compared to the Explorer X6 Play or the Garmin Kids watch, this one right here is definitely the most user-friendly. Plus there are no hidden costs for yearly subscriptions. Alright, the only thing that you really need is the watch and a SIM card. As long as you have these two things, there's nothing that can go wrong. And one of the main features for you as a parent is the location and the communication features. So let's start with those. So once you created an account on the TCL Connect app, you are ready to go. On the bottom, you have 4 sections, and the first one is the location. Right here, you will always know where your kid and your smartwatch are. So you can change the map to a satellite view or just leave it as it is. You can always refresh the positioning and activate a live tracker. So you can activate it for just 3 minutes, or you can set it to 60 minutes. But be aware that it drains quite a bit of your battery life, but overall great feature in emergencies, or if you want to see if your kid's going back home after school in the fastest way possible. By the way, you can also check the GPS route from the last days if you really want to. And the great thing is that you don't have to pay anything in order to use that feature like with other kids' smartwatches. As for next, let's take a look at the communication features. So you can either text or call your kid anytime you want to. If you press on chat, you can start to text your children with different emojis or even voice messages, and of course that also works vice versa. So your kid can click on a contact and start a conversation with the same options. So it can text, send emojis, or voice messages, and it actually works very good and is pretty reliable as for my testing. Now, as long as you have a SIM card in this watch, you can always start calls right from this watch to call someone either via a normal voice chat or even a FaceTime call, so you can actually see if everything's alright with your kids. And that of course works from the phone as well. Those are in my opinion the most important features on this watch, and they work very well, but of course we have plenty more features on this watch. Now, as you can see, we get a small camera on the front side of the display with a 2 megapixel camera with which you can take quick selfies or even videos. The funny thing about it is that you also get some goofy looking filters in which you can have some bunny ears, sprinkles in your face and such things. Kids like that stuff. It reminds me a little bit of TikTok and their filters. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll also get to a pedometer with your daily stats, and you'll have a gaming section. Right here, you first get a pretty normal calculator, which I don't know if it's allowed in schools. You have a voice changer and hamster, which is actually whack-a-mole. Further, you also get a small weather app with a small weather forecast for the next 3 days, and you can change your themes. First would be your watch faces. There are quite a few different that you can choose from different background pictures, and all of them are digital clocks and no analog watch faces, which is making them easy to read for your kids. Something else that you can change are your chat skins and the app design itself. So if you go to the home screen and swipe down, we get to the quick panel with the sound and brightness settings. Swiping up takes you to your notifications, and right to your latest calls, and you can also quickly start a call from here as well. Now, just right quick some specs. This watch has a 1.54 inch screen with a 20mm TPU strap. You of course have a built-in mic and a speaker. This watch weighs in at 57 grams and is IP65 waterproof. On the right side you get one physical button that turns off and on the screen, and on the left side you get your SIM card port and your charging connection. Unfortunately, it's micro USB input, but at least we get such a cable in the box when we buy this watch. The 850 mAh battery lasts up for about 2 days without a GPS, and it's available in colors pink and blue. Now guys, there's just one thing that is really bad about this watch, and that is the size. I really like the 1.54 inch display, but overall we get a very big 48.5mm smartwatch, which even looks huge on my wrist, and I can't imagine how big it would look on a child's wrist. If I just think about my nephew that is 8 years old, I think he's still too small for such a watch. But I guess every kid is different and you just have to figure it out for yourself. But if you think this watch might not be it, then just go ahead and click on one of the videos right here to go to my reviews about the Explorer X6 Play and the Garmin Bounce Kids smartwatch.